So you've been trying intermittent fasting because you know it has some amazing benefits, like weight loss, more stable blood sugar, or even enhancing autophagy to prevent cancer or keep it from coming back. But how do you know if your fasts are actually working, or if you're just depriving yourself of food for no reason? So today I'm sharing 5 clear signs that your body's in an enhanced state of autophagy, proof that your fasting efforts are paying off. Autophagy is amazing. It detoxes, repairs, and resets your cells. It lowers inflammation, supports your gut, brain, and even your immune system. And for cancer survivors, it's especially powerful. It helps to clear out potentially dangerous cells and makes your body a less friendly place for cancer cells to live. And yes, your body's always doing some level of autophagy, but fasting supercharges this process. Now here's the problem. Just because you're not eating doesn't automatically mean you've ramped up autophagy. So let's get right into these 5 indicators that your fast is doing what it's supposed to, so you can stop guessing and start fasting with more confidence. Number 1, first and foremost, you have to fast for long enough. Autophagy doesn't just switch on like a light switch the minute you stop eating. It starts to ramp up gradually. When you stop eating, your body first has to burn through all of the glucose from your last meal, and then it has to burn through your stored glycogen for energy, and only once that starts running low do your insulin levels drop enough to send a clear message to your cells that food isn't coming anytime soon, so we need to switch into survival mode. So then your body starts breaking down those old damaged cells because it thinks it needs to keep them as strong as possible to keep you alive. So how long does all of this take to kick in? Most research says that autophagy really starts to increase noticeably somewhere in the 17 to 24 hour range. And yeah, that's a big range because honestly, everyone is different. And it can depend on things like your diet, your overall health, and even how big your last meal was. So by the 24-hour mark, most people will be in an enhanced state of autophagy. But if you're aiming for a deeper cellular cleaning or system reset, that is said to kick in closer to the 48 to 72-hour mark of your fast. So as you can imagine, for cancer survivors, those longer fasting windows can be especially powerful, but only if you're able to do it safely. And this doesn't mean that you have to go and do a 2-day fast every week. But it does mean that if you're aiming for serious cellular repair, those longer fasting windows can make a big difference. Now picture this. You're on hour 20 or beyond of your fast. Your stomach is growling, your energy levels are low, and you may be even feeling a bit lightheaded. Well, those symptoms aren't necessarily a bad sign. That discomfort means that your body's repairing and detoxing, lowering inflammation, and making you more resilient. When I first tried a 24-hour fast, I thought the lightheadedness meant I was doing it wrong or I just wasn't cut out for fasting. But it turns out I just wasn't used to it. Fasting gets much easier with time because your body gets used to it. Okay, sign number 2 that autophagy is really ramping up, and this is a big one, you start to have more mental clarity. This is one of the most noticeable and honestly one of the best parts of fasting. Somewhere around the same time that autophagy ramps up, a lot of people notice they can think more clearly. So why is this? Well, when you finally finish burning through your stored glycogen, you start burning fat for energy, and this means that you're producing ketones. Now, your brain loves ketones. It helps your brain cells, called neurons, to communicate better with one another. Plus, ketones give you a cleaner, more steady source of fuel than glucose, which means more stable blood sugar, less inflammation, better focus, and fewer energy dips. Okay, sign number 3 that you have some enhanced autophagy going on is you're a bit tired, but not completely wiped out. Now, again, everyone's different. Some people say they have way more energy when they fast, and others say they have less. But autophagy needs energy to work. So although you don't need energy to digest food when you're fasting, your body still needs quite a bit of energy to repair itself. So you may need to rest or take things down a notch, but it's not a sign that something's wrong. It's your body relocating its resources. Now the key here is that you're only experiencing some mild fatigue and you're not completely wiped out. Otherwise, fasting may not be safe for you. But if you can still go about your day, even if it's at a slower pace, that's normal and often a sign that your body is doing exactly what you want it to do. Sign number 4, this one's really important if you're trying to lose weight. You start seeing signs of ketosis. As fat gets broken down, you produce ketones for energy. And it's really important because ketosis usually starts around the exact same time that autophagy starts to ramp up. And you can easily test to see if you're in ketosis. The simplest way is to use those little urine strips. But most people just get used to how they feel in ketosis, so they know when they've switched into fat burning mode and can assume that autophagy is ramping up too. Common signs of ketosis are a fruity or metallic taste in your mouth, reduced appetite, increased thirst, and sometimes mild fatigue or brain fog as your body adjusts. So when your ketones are up, there's a good chance that you've created the perfect environment for your cells to roll up their sleeves and go into repair mode. Okay, sign number 5 that autophagy is working is your appetite comes and goes. One of the most surprising things about extended fasting is that your hunger changes over time. In the first 12 to 18 hours, it can feel like your stomach is screaming at you, and that's your hunger hormone ghrelin talking, because it's expecting your usual eating schedule. But what's interesting is that most people find, and I do too, that as you push further into your fast, those waves of hunger usually start to level out. Especially as you get more used to fasting, your appetite may come and go in short bursts or disappear completely for a stretch of time. So why does this happen? Well, again, as your body switches from burning carbs to burning fat, it starts getting a more steady and reliable fuel source. Plus, autophagy and ketosis also help to stabilize your energy levels, which suppress those hunger signals. So if you suddenly realize you're not obsessing over food like you were in the beginning, that's a good sign. It means your body is adapted to start doing enhanced autophagy more easily. Exactly what you want. Now, what about signs that you're not in autophagy yet? I've had comments on some of my other videos where people say they're fasting, but their blood sugar and insulin levels stay high. So it may mean they're not able to switch over into a fat-burning state. But this is tricky. If you're trying to fast and your insulin levels stay chronically high, it could be from stress, too many refined carbs during your eating window, or insulin resistance. And these can actually keep you from getting some of the benefits of fasting. When your insulin levels stay high, your body assumes that there's food coming in. So it doesn't need to start breaking down your stored fat, and your autophagy levels might stay low. And unfortunately, chronically high insulin is linked to higher risk of cancer recurrence in several types of cancer. So stabilizing your blood sugar levels and lowering insulin resistance can play a key role in preventing cancer from coming back. Especially if you struggle with belly fat, sugar cravings, or constant fatigue, these are all signs of insulin resistance. So you may need to focus more on lowering insulin and stabilizing your blood sugar levels before you can get the full benefits of fasting. And speaking of stress, most people don't realize that stress can actually mimic being in a fed state, even if you're fasting. When you're stressed, your body pumps out cortisol, and this raises your blood sugar and insulin. Same goes for chronic insomnia. It can also keep your cortisol levels elevated and can sabotage a fast. So if you're skipping meals, but you're also running on 3 hours of sleep, your body may be too busy putting out other fires to focus on repairing itself. If you really want to maximize your fasting efforts, you have to create the right environment in your body. I have another video on exactly how to do this, and I'll link that in the description below for you. If your diet is full of refined carbs, sugar, and constant snacks, you're keeping your insulin levels high. But a lower carb, whole food diet with plenty of vegetables, healthy fats, good quality protein, and minimal processed junk will help to keep your blood sugar levels steady all the time. And this will make it much easier for your body to shift into repair mode when you do fast. If you want to support your health and healthy aging and lower inflammation, prevent cancer or cancer recurrence, creating the right conditions for autophagy to happen is one of the most powerful tools you have. So try adding one longer fast of 24 hours or more at some point this month. It's one of the simplest ways to unlock that deeper cellular repair without extreme dieting. And if you want to learn how to activate autophagy without fasting, I'm leaving you with this video to watch next, and I'll see you next week.